So like last year I bought a Bedford in England, like an old army truck. It had been converted already, like it was registered as a camper van, and then I brought it here and like fixed it up for like passengers. Put an extra fuel tank on, put like water containers on. What else? Built a few extra bits and pieces on it. Painted it bright orange. There's the painting part that took the longest. And then we drove in from Reykjavik and we went to Cape Town, all the way through Europe and Africa, like 6 months driving, 20,000 kilometers.
That's amazing.
It was a long way.
The big question is why did you do it?
I don't know. Like I did something like this back in the 90s. I was a tourist, and like we never made it all the way through in the 90s. Like there was a war, so we couldn't keep going. So like I always wanted to complete the journey, and I thought no one's ever done it from Iceland before. Because as far as I understand it, we're the first people to ever drive from Reykjavik to Cape Town. Like, I've heard of other people like doing bits of the journey before from Iceland, but like not the entire journey. So I think it's a record, maybe. I don't know, but like
yeah, it's quite a stretch.
It's not a short journey.
Most northerly to capital to the most southerly, I guess.
Is it? How's Oslo? Is it? Oh, no.
Reykjavik is more northerly than Oslo.
Helsinki's higher, no?
Oh.
Really? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Reykjavik is northerly capital.
So, we got the thing that's 66 north to 33 south. Although like Reykjavik's 65, you know, like, but Cape Town's 60. It's 33.
Yeah. So you go. You take a group of people with you.
We had passengers.
Yeah.
So like we had 14 passengers, and then me, I was the tour leader and co-driver, and then there was Thorkel, who's Icelandic guy. He's the driver, like it's probably the main driver. Like we're like switching between us, and then Ella over here is our courier who helps with the paperwork.
Okay.
But it's mostly me doing majority of the work. Like I probably did like half the driving, but at the paperwork and dealing with the cops and dealing with the army and dealing with fueling up the truck and when it broke down, repairing it and everything, I was the guy who had to do it all.
So how long did it take
to get down?
Yeah.
6 months.
6 months.
We got the
full work.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a bit easier, but it wasn't. So we set off on the 5th of January?
6th, I think.
6th of January, 2013. And we got there on the 9th of July, 2014.
No.
13. Yeah, so 6 months down. And we arrived there on my birthday as well, which is kind of good.
Nice.
Well, kind of timed it so it would get to Cape Town on my birthday.
So what did you do with the truck there? Did you?
I sold it down there.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, like it's too big to take back.
Yeah.
Like it's just physically, it was like 7 meters long and quite tall as well, like 3.5 meters tall. So you can't get it inside a container. So you'd have to put it in one of them special containers where like it's on top of the container. And like if you've ever dealt with shipping agents, they never talk to you. Like they really don't care. They don't want to talk to you. So unless you're like a big Chinese company or something. So it's actually to get a price from them is very difficult. And all the prices they were saying was a lot more than what the vehicle was worth. Because in England they're not so expensive. Or they used to not be so expensive. The price is going up now.
For these
Bedfords.
Yeah. Tell me more about the truck, the Bedfords, and why you like them so much.
Yeah. Like with their ex-army, like they're strong. That's the main thing. That you don't get stronger than this. The army started using them in the mid-70s, and they use them until today. They still have some of them in reserve driving around. Like they're not the main vehicles anymore, but like up until like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, they were still used like every day by the army. But they're basic technology, like they're very strong, they're easy to fix, They're slow as hell, like really slow, like 65 kilometers an hour. Although the armies have got the turbo ones now. Like mine's the non-turbo, so it's a little bit more reliable. And with the non-turbo, you can use different fuels. It's multi-fuel, so you can use aviation fuel.
So they are actually multi-fuel.
Yeah, well, that's what it says on it. You can't use petrol, but like you can use like when it says multi-fuel, it means like diesel or aviation fuel, and also like cooking oil. No problem with cooking oil. But the army ones, well, this was the army one, but then eventually the army start to get ones with turbos, and the turbos you just use diesel. And the diesel ones, the turbo ones can go like maybe an extra 5 k's an hour, maybe 10.
And you have some troubles with the tires they use are like the army style.
So I still use the bar grip tire. It's like, you know, like an old Jeep style, like with the teeth, like the. They're really crappy for driving on the motorway, but they're great for Africa. Like you don't get stuck, like because each grip is like this much in. It's like
so open and never getting.
Like you don't have a problem getting out of when you get. Well, you don't get stuck basically, or if you do get stuck, you just drive out of it. You know.
So I can imagine, you know, driving through the freeways in Europe is pretty not.
Nah, because that also limits the speed a little bit. Because the tires are not designed for like high speed, so at a certain point, it maybe could go faster than 65, but you start to shake a bit the steering wheel. So because it's not, there's no power steering, it's like old manual style. So that you feel it, and it's like okay, just calm down driving. I know for a fact that if it's got smoother tires, it goes like 5 k's faster at least. Because at the end of the trip, the tires were a little bit worn, so we were going faster. But like, so if you put like road tires on it, it'd go faster. But it's just for Congo, you want to have mud tires. That's it.
So always, above the the African roads. How bad are they?
Yeah, they're pretty rough. As in,
is it all the continents bad, or is it?
Like Morocco's pretty good. Majority of Morocco's good, apart from if you're going. Like in Morocco, we went off-road a bit. We went to like some old French Foreign Legion fort in the desert, and then we went to some Bedouin camp. So like when you go off-road, it's just like dirt. But most of Morocco is like paved road, like it's like here. But when you get past Morocco, the worst part, it's like it's been paved once, and then it's been not repaired. So it's like drive and then hole, drive and then more holes. So half the time you spend going like this, or going through them, and like, you see a lot of other trucks and cars with the tires just disintegrated. Like all along the side of the road, you see disintegrated tires, just shredded to pieces. Like, because the roads are just destroy them.
How many spare tires must you take with you?
We only had one, but we didn't, like we used, because these truck tires are 14 ply. Like it's like, they're strong, like it's more than strong enough. And like the truck is designed to carry a weight of 4 tons on the back, like 4 tons of cargo, and we probably had like 1.5. So it wasn't actually that heavy on the back.
So on the back you have some like a box. Like a house or small house.
But it still wasn't as heavy as, like it was still way under the 4 tons. So like there wasn't any worry about the tires. Like we got like 2 flats in 6 months. Like and that's just from like getting nails or stuff inside. And like you just put the spare one on and then you get it repaired. Like Africans can repair them, you know. It's
go to the next tire repair shop.
Oh, village. Like
they can do everything there, I guess.
Well, the thing they're split rims, so they're easy to take off. Well, I want to try it myself, but because it's a split rim, it's easy to take it apart, the tire, and then it's got it's tube inside. So you just open it up, you take out the nail that's stuck in there, you put a bit of glue inside there to seal it up, and then you get the tube and you put a patch on it,
So any local guy can fix it. So that's
like I wouldn't want to do it myself. I probably could if I really had to, but I wouldn't want to.
No.
But like like the time in Guinea, like we got some guy to fix it, and like I don't know, it took half an hour, something like that, not very long. And we got it done in South Africa as well. I think we got Namibia. We got a flat in Namibia, and we got it fixed there in I don't know, half an hour, wasn't long. So it's easy enough to get fixed.
So